Hey everybody, welcome back. And for those of you who have not joined before, my name is Mike. I like to do streams on the fundamentals, and sometimes I do character designs too. I'm trying to split it up. So today we're going to be just doing some gesture drawing. I'll probably do it for around 30-ish minutes, and then we'll head off, only because I have an event to be to in just a little bit. Tomorrow I will stream again, I'm hoping. It'll be in the morning for Eastern Standard Time, probably around 10 or 11, and that will be my continuation of the Ice Witch design that or Ice Wizard design that we've been doing. So, without further ado, let's get started. I will have the reference in the upper right hand corner. So yeah, let's get going here. So I have set up for us to do 15, and then we will move on from there to finishing up the stream. And of course, as always, ask questions. What's up, Coop? Appreciate you joining. Something that I am going to try to transition to for this year, very soon, like maybe the next gesture stream I'll start doing this, is I want to start making my mannequin a little bit more refined. This is a little off. I think that this leg isn't long enough. And what I mean by that is I'm going to try to... Nice. I'm going to try to start doing away with some of these, like, cylindrical shapes and start doing something that's a bit more anatomically correct. So soon the streams will have gestures that look probably just without actual faces to begin with, but they're gonna just look like bodies. Hopefully by the end of the year. It's gonna be a process. I think it's gonna be a pretty big step. So of course, as always, ask questions as we go. And of course, these references, you can get all of them from QBrush. I don't know if I have the link in the description. I should definitely do that. But these are all from Mark Brunet. did get permission to use them for my streams and stuff of that nature while I was still in his feedback program. Um, College really either feels like the most boring thing in the world or the most stress-filled time. I would agree with that. Um, and that's especially true because you're not on the campus, right, Coop? So it's especially true when you're not on campus, I would assume. I need to correct this. The thighs are way too long. They're off by like an inch and not in like this person's body inch, but like an actual like drawing inch. It's pretty rough. I don't know about that. You find a lot of time when you're on campus. You have a lot of time with friends and stuff. It's really fun, actually. Get to go to parties and things like that. That's fair. It's hard to not meet people that are like you, though, in college, just because there's so many different like people, depending on how big the college is. But there's so many different people that you're bound to find somebody that has a similar interest. All right. Not really a fan of what I did with the hips there, but I gotta start to find uh some parts of the hips that make sense. My boss is blowing my phone up. I will get to her soon. You have anything on the schedule for this weekend, Coop? or school. If I had to stay there, then yeah, I'd probably find people since I'm not just gonna go through it like it's not that important. True. Oops. Quick break. See what my boss is messaging me about. That's not a big problem. Oh, you got like, do you have like assignments and stuff you have to get done too? Okay, that's good. On this one, the head needs to be bigger. Can't get the heads the right size today. Might be too big, but that's alright. Extremely boring, you can tell, since I'm drawing out of my free time and not out of procrastination. But I guess that's also better for me. That's true. Procrastination is a nasty habit. And a hard one to kick, too. getting into a little bit more of a groove now. I feel like the first set was a little rough, but everything is feeling a bit better. I also shortened the time of each one. I've been giving myself 2.5 minutes, and I went down to 2, so a little less talking for me and probably a little bit more drawing, which maybe for some that's a good thing. Oops. Oh. I was getting ready to explain this line because I didn't notice that it was already on the actual figure itself, but this is a muscle that it's like a thin muscle strand that runs from like a bone that's on your hip, that protrudes on your hip, down to your the inside part of your knee. It creates like this line. I keep getting this one, and I probably just need to take it out because this is not a helpful pose to memorize, really. You've been playing Risk of Rain 2, Coop? Yes, it is. And welcome, Splash. Welcome to you as well, Canton. Or Canton. However you want to say it. Yes, it is the Sartorius. Or Sartorius, one of the two. But yeah, a very thin muscle. My last fit unlocked a new character for me, so I'm trying to speed run a game mode with them. Nice. That's fun. I'm on my 4th playthrough, I think, of Elden Ring. We're gonna be Elden Ringed out here pretty soon, I think. Again, like, I like to say this to people. I'm not going for perfection here, right? Like, I'm trying to get the general, like, movement of each character on here, right? Like, that's it. Probably shouldn't have messed with that the way that I did, but just did a couple of hours of gesture drawing. Good for you. It's always good practice. That's one reason why I really do enjoy these streams, is because I can I can get my practice in, and I get to hang out with y'all as well. Seems we're both mega gamers. I would agree. I love games. That's why I want to work for a video game company. I'm noticing something goofy with my audio. I need to see if it is fun. I agree with you completely. Oh yeah, y'all are hearing like everything on this right now, huh? Let me check the filters. Oh, okay, noise suppression is on. Okay, well, next we will go back to it. It really is. I agree with you completely. Like, if I'm having a day where my art feels a little rough, and I'm kind of getting down on myself a little bit, I'll just start doing some gestures, and I'll allow myself to do like 30 minutes to like an hour of gestures, and one, it helps me like recalibrate, but two, it's just like you said, it's like meditation almost. So and volume is a good practice, and you're likely to get at least one or two that you're pretty satisfied with at your skill level. Little dopamine boosts. Yep. To be honest with you, like most of my gestures, I'm typically like pretty satisfied with the way that they come out. But I am noticing that it's not helping as much anymore, because I do need to I need to challenge myself more. I'm not quite like doing enough. I think like I said, I think I can get to a point with my gestures where I'm just basically drawing like straight up anatomy in a gesture like format. Like I kind of did it over here. I don't know if you noticed, but like instead of drawing this oval, just like going straight into the delt, into the bicep, into the tricep. That's a little big. And then coming in here, drawing that front half of that muscle, doing the elbow with the bone that comes through, drawing the back half of the muscle, putting a blob in for the hand, and then coming through here. And I mean, granted, there's not much showing over here, so, but like I want to practice doing stuff like this. And this looks a little stilted right now because I need to imagine the muscles a little bit more, or sorry, my the underlying gesture that I typically use a little bit more as I'm doing this. But that's like what I want to get to, is just being able to do that, and it's also not at the right angle. This needed to have been like this a bit more, but we won't worry about it. But that's what I want to practice. Challenge myself a little more. And then that way I start to, like right now, I could probably do a majority of these poses from imagination. With the current method that I have, but I want to get to the point where I don't have to draw this like mannequin as much anymore, unless I'm struggling, and then I can just go directly into, again, like for this one, just saying like, okay, well, the pec is going to go up that way, the delt is going to be seen from the back, and you're going to see a majority here of the triceps gets cut off here, get this, and you know, just stuff like that. But I'm not quite there yet. I probably need to go back and review the anatomy courses again just to get it in. Figure challenges is fun. I try about 10 minutes of clothed figure drawings at the end of my sessions when I'm warmed up, or ones with props like swords. Yeah, propped ones are pretty, like, they're not too bad, but clothed would be a challenge for me. I need to also probably do that, but I'd rather get the anatomy down first, and then go into clothed, because then it's like, I don't know. Clothing is kind of just like the icing on the cake. It is important, don't get me wrong, especially if you want to be a professional. You have to be able to draw a clothed figure very well. But if you can't draw the anatomy underneath well, the clothing becomes that much harder. Because you don't know what things are hitting where. I mean, you can obviously make a very good guess, right? But it's a bit small. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, gesture is this is definitely the thing that I'm most confident in my art. But that's why I was saying like I need to challenge myself a bit more when I'm doing this and start to create things that are basically uh complete drawings at this point. Is that way then like I don't know. I think all of this is like to prepare you for the anxiety of a blank canvas when you have like an idea that you want to put on paper. And like the closer you can get to very quickly doing that idea, or even not even an idea, the closer you can get to looking at a reference and just creating a finished piece, um, without much thought, the better off you'll be for that. Because then, like, you can spend time on details rather than spending time on the structure and anatomy and things of that nature of your drawings. All right, so this is the fruits of labor for today. Very good. I like almost all of these. There are a couple that I probably need to work on a bit more. Like this one. Term one environment studies. Nice. I am not great at environments. I am not afraid to say that. Uh, I need to. I'll probably like after I finish. I want to go through and do. My next thing is going to be the mech one again. I kind of didn't do that because it's like, oh, I like, I'm not gonna worry about doing mechs. But the more I look into it, the more I see that like when you work for like a video game company as a concept creator, uh, like a character concept creator, like you gotta know kind of how to do most everything that has to do with characters, specifically for indie projects. Um, so I'm gonna go back and do mech design, and then also do some more like creature creation stuff. I kind of skip that, um, and then start to put my portfolio together a little bit more. I do want to show y'all something for sticking around. So I have been working on characters um, on my free time, and this is my goblin character lineup for the females. I did posted it on my art station. So I took a character or three characters. They all had different skin tones. I think uh, this was the original skin tone for that character. This was the original skin tone for that character. No, no, no. Sorry. This was the original, and then this was the original. And then I kind of morphed them to have like variety because this is like for a base race, like this is what you would do. Um, but yeah, these are the characters, and I was really proud of this because shading and lighting are probably my worst. like fundamentals right now, if I were to say, and I did pretty well with being able to erase a lot of the lines on the inside. So I was very happy with the way these came out. And it's only going to be improvements from here. Really looking forward to anatomy and character design. Term 5 feels a long way away, but it's necessary. Yeah, what I would say though is like, don't hinder yourself too much. Thanks, I appreciate it, Coop. Don't hinder yourself too much on knowing all of every term. I would say like just know about like 60 to 80% of it and then move forward. And my reasoning for that is some of the stuff that you learn, you want to be able to apply later on down the road. I don't know how to say this. Like the stuff that you learn later on down the road helps understand like the fundamentals that you're doing. So I would recommend like, you know, you learn a good majority of it, and then after you feel at least semi-comfortable, then you move forward. For me, anatomy was a big one that I wanted to learn, so I took my time learning the anatomy, and then I moved forward, and I find myself coming back to it anyways, because it's like, oh, what was that again? So I go back. That's what I would recommend doing, because the more you relearn things, the better it sticks in your memory. Like I can still name like a majority of the muscles. I might not be able to get the name exactly, alright? Like you said, the sartorius. I can't remember if it was sartorius or sartorius. Like my brain does that, but it's whatever. It's still the muscle. I know where it goes, where it stems from, how it like where it reaches to. Same thing with like the hamstring muscles, and like the forearm muscles are ones that I have to like consistently go back to because of how they move as you're moving your hands. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna wrap up there for today. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow probably around 11 o'clock. I want to start to finish up that character design that we were creating together, and yeah, I hope that y'all have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you tomorrow. Love you all. Thank you for the support. Also, thank you for the support on the last video. The last video kind of blew up a little bit. That was nice. There are things I know I'm not going to spend a heap of time on, like Photoshop and digital production stuff, and some of the ZBrush stuff. I actually would recommend, if you ever do get the money to be able to get like a ZBrush program, I would do it just because it has been very helpful for me. And it's fun. I don't know. It also helps you learn some of that pipeline, but don't have to do it if you don't want to. Have a good one. Love you all, and I'll see you in the next stream.